In 2025, retirement accounts are at an all-time low, which is unexpected because the new 401k system was supposed to be the holy grail to help everybody have a great retirement in the United States of America. I mean, after all, after working, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you would think you would have a way to be able to relax now that you're 70 years old and you own a home and you have a car and you have a nice family. Because when you're older, it's going to be harder to work. It's going to be harder to work. So we got to have a way to be able to live out retirement and actually enjoy life at that particular point with our families and not necessarily go hungry or broke. Okay, so today I want to talk about 3 ways that you can fund your retirement. What's up, guys? It's your boy Sawan Belcher. This is me taking action. Right here on our YouTube channel, we focus on how to replace your 9-to-5 income with real estate profits. No matter if you want to make big, fat, juicy checks, or whether you want to make, monthly consistent checks, or whether you want to have a passive role in real estate, we talk about that here right on the This Is Me Taking Action YouTube channel every single week. So if you guys want to go ahead and like and subscribe so videos like this can pop up in your feed more, do yourself a favor. And just to give you a couple stats about retirement accounts right now as it sits, USAFacts.org says that 54.4% of American families have retirement accounts, but only 34% of them feel like they're on track. The median retirement for savings households in America, only has $87,000 in those retirement accounts. So not necessarily 401ks, but in those retirement accounts. Out of the 34% of people that feel like they're on track for retirement, the average of what they have in those retirement accounts is $87,000. The average for those people who have retirement accounts is under 35. The average of what they have in a retirement account is $18,800. The retirement system, the way we have it right now, is failing. If I'm 35 years old and in my retirement account right now, assuming I'm going to be retiring at 65 or 70, I only have $18,800. Or if I'm 50 and I only have $87,000, that's not enough to, actually sustain a retirement lifestyle. Be able to pay for a house, a car, be able to get food, and just do the basic necessities of having a good time, not doing anything over the top. So this conversation is coming up to say, what can we do? How can we take control? Not asking the government for assistance or anything like that, but what can we do to control our future? Okay. And, from a real estate perspective, I see a lot of guys already retired early, before 65. At 45 and 50 years old. Mr. Sly is 56 years old. He hasn't worked in 3 years, all based off of his retirements from his real estate income. So I want to give you some of the experiences, not from me, but really about the people that I have in my circle, that I know, that I have, touched, and that have influenced me about how they're working their retirement, using real estate profits. Number 1 is using your main house, using your big boy asset, your house, as a way to make passive income. Okay. So this is a strategy, and I've seen it done several different ways. The guy that really resonated it for me, his name was Kenny Russian, but he kept talking about this over and over again. And Big Business talked about it too. But essentially, you're going to have a $1 million house, and you pay off your house, and then you get a home equity line of credit for that house. By the time you pay it off, it's worth more than $1 million. So you end up getting $1 million on a home equity line of credit, which essentially is like a checkbook. You're going to use that checkbook or that $1 million line of credit as a way to make investments and get a return off of these investments. Now, there's several different ways to get returns off of that investment. You can either you can buy bonds and stocks. So essentially you can put that $1 million in a bank account and it spits off an interest for you over 3 to 6 months. And then you take it out and put it in another bank, or you can lend on real estate notes or transactional funding at, typically what I'm paying is 12 to 16% in 6 months. So you lend out $1 million, you get paid, out 14% of that. But essentially you're using your home equity line of credit as a way to invest and bring in a profit. Some guys will actually use that line of credit to invest in stocks, but essentially you're not having to do any work other than meet the people that you need to meet, and then use what you already have established so you can create a basic income from home. Number two, shout out to guys like my boy Jamel, and Austin Rutherford. These guys are living off of their rent checks from their rental properties. So at this point, and Austin's a young dude, so I'm gonna use him. Austin at this point has 200 doors. Okay, he has 200 rental doors, and on average, he's bringing in $1,200 per door. So let's do the math. So he's bringing in $240,000 every month on rent checks. Let's call it 70% of this is expenses. So that leaves him, so that's $168,000 in expenses. That leaves him with $72,000 every single month that's coming into his bank account. That is cash flow. Now, there's not too many lifestyles outside of $70,000 that you can't live. So you can have a really nice car, a really nice house. You can have a big family. You can have big family vibes. You can travel. You can market, and while your rental properties are paying for this lifestyle for you. Rental property is a great way to be able to, buy something one time, place someone in it, and then be able to maintain an asset as it goes up in value, and the tenants pay down the debt for you, so that way it's getting paid off and you're not having to worry about that. What you are getting from it is the cash flow, the appreciation, and the tax benefits of that money that you're bringing home. So rental properties are one of the best ways to do that, especially when you get into these big boy numbers. Myself, I have 70, but a lot of guys have 200, 300, 500. And as you get older, this is really easy to keep track of, because at that point, you're not driving around looking at houses, fixing up toilets. You're hiring a property manager, you're hiring a bookkeeper, you're hiring a CPA, and you're going through spreadsheets and meetings. And in retirements, that's a lifestyle that you'll want to live and that you can do from anywhere in the world. Number three is you can use real estate, as an exit plan, as not necessarily as a passive plan, but as an exit plan. And there's a couple different ways I've seen it done. Shout out to Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett is one of the sellers. I've bought maybe 70 houses from Mr. Bennett, and his dad was a real big real estate investor. Mr. Bennett is, somewhat a good real estate investor, but his strategy was, hey, I have these houses, I'm renting them out. I don't want to sell them all at one time. Now that I have, 120 houses, I just want to sell a few a year, and that's my income. Okay. Now there's two ways that I want to mention, that this can be done. Okay. The first way is, he mentioned that he had life insurance. Okay. Well, his dad had life insurance. And so when his dad passed down houses, the houses was free and clear because life insurance covered any bills and stuff that came with the houses. So when he got houses from his parents, they were free and clear. So that's like the first layer. And I also got that particular thing from a family, an Indian family I used to sell cars to. They was all about life insurance. They would put life insurance on the oldest person in the family because they know they're going to pass away the soonest. And then that life insurance makes sure that the family's debt is paid for. And then also there's a bag left for the people that, help the family, carry out their will. Then now you have this portfolio of homes, and you're selling 2 or 3 a year. So you might sell, each one for $100,000, and you sell 3, that's $300,000 a year, and then you're selling them off, bit by bit. And Mr. Bennett has, maybe over the past, 5 years, he sold more than 3, but every year, that's his income. And don't get me wrong, he likes renting them out, but he rents them out for super cheap because he wants to help the people that are there. And he's literally just selling the houses a few at a time, and creating that income. Now, this man has been able to go hunting. He's been able to, buy new property. He's been able to, feed families. A lot of these tenants, when he sell these houses, he'll give them like, yo, bro, here's $1,000. Been nice to know you. Have a good day. It's amazing to see how, just owning some houses and selling them over time like he's been doing, first of all, has made him millions, you know. And then second of all, how he's able to, have enough money, even more money than he needs to be able to influence other people. But these are three different ways I'm seeing that real estate investors are retiring on the chill, with using their equity as lines of credit, to lend and make passive income. Number two, to build up a nice portfolio with the plan of keeping it and keeping the cash flow and using the cash flow only, to sustain your lifestyle. And then three, forgetting the cash flow, working on the appreciation and slowly selling off your portfolio, as retirement. These are three different ways I'm seeing, real estate investors make millions of dollars during retirement, with work that they already put in during their lifetime. So if you guys want to figure out how you can replace your 9-to-5 income with real estate investing, we do a class every single month. We do a taking over mortgages class, we do a raising private money class, then we do a deal finding class, and then we do an in-person class. So if you want to know how to join and get in on our classes so you can do this for yourself, go ahead and go to the link below. This is me taking action.com and join one of our next classes. Have a blessed day. Peace.